you remember, but a few weeks ago I did a video about boho chic, and I got a lot of comments from the comments section and also from friends and people I've come across with saying that they love the style of boho, but they find it a challenge. It's either too much print, too maximalist, it's too much color, or overwhelming. And today I wanted to give you some ideas of how to style it for this summer that is much more minimalist. Now, for me, I really love boho. If you did watch that video, then you know that it is one of the three words that I use to describe my own personal style. And I think the reason why I love it so much is, for me, it's not really just about a style, but more about an attitude. And when I think about the person who really embodied that attitude best, Jane Birkin comes to mind. She really had all those qualities of what a boho attitude is. Creative, artistic, feminine, playful, but nonchalant, and also truly, I feel, like her own unique person. This kind of carefree style of dressing, this carefree attitude, and not really caring what other people think about how she dresses. And that's what I think I love so much about boho. And that's why I also feel like it's accessible to everybody. It's just, how do you make it work for you? So today I want to break it down, give you some ideas, give you some imagery to simplify it so that perhaps this is something that you can try to style for yourself this summer. All right, I want to start off with talking about color and shape, and starting to talk about shape with a non-color, and that being the color white. White is such a beautiful color in the summertime. It's so fresh, it's so beachy. And if the idea of boho with all the print and all the color is too much for you, then thinking about doing some volume with the non-color of white is perhaps a really easy place to start. But you don't necessarily have to do all that volume. You can choose a fabric that's still flowy, a shape that's still a little bit on the bigger side, the flowier side. Add in a few accessories like a fringe leather bag or a drop earring, a great sandal. All of a sudden you have that boho look without it being so overwhelming. You can be quite minimalist here. You don't necessarily have to have a lot of embellishment. And it can be one of those looks that is either really dressed up or really, really dressed down and ready for the beach. But if you don't necessarily love the color white, then you could consider doing another fantastic neutral like the color taupe. Choosing a dress with a beautiful volume, choosing a dress with a flowy kind of fabric, adding in those really boho type accessories. And this look is simple, it's still boho, but it's not overwhelming. And if that still doesn't work for you, then you could consider adding in a stripe or consider adding in an overall bright color. But I understand that not everybody loves wearing a dress. A lot of people, their body type just doesn't work for them, their lifestyle. So consider doing separates instead. Doing a skirt and a top, doing a dress over a pair of pants, or doing pants and a top. Here is where you can play around with proportion. You can play around with different types of shapes that can work for your body type. You can do a peasant blouse with a simple jean to get that look. You can do pants in a brushed cotton. You can do linen to really get that feel of a flowiness, that relaxed boho kind of feel. Choosing fabrics that are light, that are flowy, like a brushed cotton, like a linen. Choosing tops that don't have a lot of structure to them will give you that boho feeling without being overwhelming, with keeping it kind of subtle. So personally, one of my favorite looks in the summertime is doing a boho look with shorts. I love it because I feel like I'm not necessarily a very sporty kind of person. I do err on the more feminine side, and I feel like doing a linen short with a wider kind of leg with a blousy, pretty top really works. I feel like it's really pretty. I feel like it's sort of instead of a dress because of the practicality that the short gives you, like riding your bike or whatever it is. Then this doesn't necessarily have to be that peasant kind of top. This can also be something that a little bit more streamlined, but here, once again, it is in the proportions. Okay, let's talk about print now, because print is definitely what we think about when we think about boho, but you don't necessarily have to go for a big, overwhelming print. This can be a print that's a little bit more graphic, that's a little bit smaller, like a smaller floral print. Choosing a color that is quieter, softer, more in a pastel tone will feel more comfortable for you if you're wanting to try to keep this in a more minimalist feel. I love the idea also of separating a print, so doing a white shirt with a printed skirt or a printed Perero, or the opposite, doing a subtly printed top with a pair of jeans. You can still choose a lot of color here. You can still choose a dress with an overall print, but keeping shapes and proportions a little bit more streamlined will definitely give you that boho look without being overwhelming. And then finally, if you really do love this idea and love the idea of adopting this boho attitude, but really don't feel like it's for you, then just think about adding it in with simple accessories. Doing a headscarf, for instance, definitely to me screams boho. I love it. I think it's so much fun and it really works in the heat of the summer. Doing a drop earring, doing some stacked bangles, doing a fringed leather bag, a basket bag. There's so many ways to bring in that feel of boho, but still keeping it really simple. So I hope this video gave you some ideas. I hope this inspired you. Let me know in the comments. You know, I love hearing from you. What's your favorite boho look? Is this something you are seriously considering trying this summer? I'd love to know. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Pass this video along to a friend. Give it a hype. And of course, for more inspiration, for more ideas, don't forget to follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Substack.